The dash, the in between, what you do, how you live, what you believe in. Will you have any kids, Planned Parenthood, or let them live? Open your heart up or close the lid. Your word is bond, or do you renege? Take it back like it sat on shoulders, or do you dance a jig like David with a slingshot, slinging boulders? Will your heart get closer when older, or will you stop being childish and grow up? So many questions to answer can make you want to go to the corner and ball up. You got a plan, God got another one. Find yourself in the sand, his plan's the other one. And what you do with your life is the dash. I hope you dash to the sun. There's two choices, wrong and right. Two places to dwell, dark and light. Luke 12:35. Hope you find yourself ready, holding your lamp like an alkalite. A lot of Christians look at the dash as being like the in between. So you got your birth and you got your death, and the dash is what you do in between. So I wrote this verse about the dash, and just gonna break it down for you. It's just a quick verse. It says the dash, the in between, which I just explained. That's what you do in between your birth and your death. What you do, how you live. Uh, what you do in between. Will you have any kids? Um, so basically talking about, in between being born and dying, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna live? What's your life gonna be about? You're gonna choose to live righteously. You're gonna do whatever you want to do. Do you believe in the word or not? What are you gonna do? We have any kids? Like then to go into the next part, it says Planned Parenthood or let them live. Of course, Planned Parenthood, you know that's where you can go if you want to get rid of your kid, have abortion and all that. That's a whole nother subject matter. But this is like, what will you do? Like, you have a kid, will you let them live? Will you get rid of them? What you gonna do? It says open your heart or close the lid. You can open up your heart to people and really just get your you know thoughts out there, how you feel, and how you want to be a person that gives. Or do you want to be introverted, not giving your heart, not sharing, not being open with people, not sharing your life, and just building friendships and loving people and caring for people? What do you want to do? That's considered closing the lid. Uh, so your word is bond, or do you renege? So word is bond is like, if your word is bond, it's like you do what you say. If you say something, you're gonna do it. You're gonna practice what you preach. If you got an appointment or something with somebody, you're not gonna just not show up. You're gonna show up. You're gonna be a man of character, somebody dependable. You got that friend who you can call and be like, yo, like, he's gonna be there when you need him, and you also got that friend. It's like, he kind of spotty. I don't know. He may or may not show up. Who knows? So when you really need someone, who you gonna call? And then, like, are you gonna renege like playing cards? When you renege, or like taking something back, or but in cards, it's like if you lay the cards down and you say you don't have a certain card, but you throw another card in there, it's like you renege. And then, what I'm saying, that counts against you. It's like, what I mean, you're gonna do what you say. It says take it back like it sat on shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like, and renege is taking something back, not doing something. So it's like, take it back like it sat on shoulders is like, the back, the shoulders, take it back. It's like, don't renege. Um, then it says, or do you dance a jig like David with a slingshot, slinging boulders? So in the Bible, David had a slingshot when he killed Goliath, and put a boulder in the slingshot. Boom. David also danced. They said dance like David danced. That's a famous saying. You're gonna dance like David danced. And a jig is like dancing a jig. It's kind of like, that's an old saying. Is kind of like you're dancing, doing like a certain performance or whatever. Will you stop getting closer when older, or will you stop being childish and grow up? So it's like, will you stop getting closer when older? It's like, I'm just basically saying, when you get older, where you harden your heart and you don't want to be around people, and it's like you're getting like cold, you're getting like a colder heart because you don't want to be closer to people, you want to get away from people, or um where you stop being childish and grow up, because like when you get older, it's kind of like you want to change, you want to be a better person, you want to embrace society and embrace people and try to make a difference and be a better person, because they say, oh, you're getting older, so it's like you want to get closer to God, not farther away from God, and loving people, things like that. um so many questions to answer can make you want to go to the corner and ball up. So it's like you got all this stuff you got to deal with, and questions to answer and all this stuff, you can get overwhelmed and stressed out. You just kind of just want to go to the corner and ball up, and like, just like balling up in the corner, like, oh man, I don't want to deal with it. But it's like, of course we don't want to do that, but it's like in between your life, what will you do? You got a plan, God got another one. Find yourself in the sand, his plan's the other one. So it's like we always have these plans, like I'm gonna do this and this and that, but then God has a way of saying, no, actually, this is what I need you to do with your life. Like I said, I'm from Georgia. I joined the military and I ended up getting right with God. I had, like, of course, a wild spurt like anybody else, but then when I got my life together, now I ended up in Ohio on a mission team trying to make a difference. But would I ever have planned to do that? No. It just, God had a different plan for my life, because my plan for my life, I thought I was going to be in the Navy and have this career and go this way and do these things, and you know follow the footsteps of my dad and my brother and this and that. But God had another plan. No, I need you in Ohio. I need you on a mission team. I need you to help my people. I hope you dash to the sun. So basically saying, I hope you dash to the sun. So it's like, um, in your life, I hope you look towards the son of God, Jesus. I hope you dash to the sun. Um, so basically in your life, I'm saying, I hope you choose to live for God. You know, there's two places to dwell, dark and light. So you can either do wrong or right with your life. You can either dwell in the dark or the light. So, of course, wrong and right, a lot of times we know what's wrong and right. And then there's some different things people may believe or not, what's wrong or what's right, obviously. And as far as dark and light, so they say the dark is sin and the light is Jesus. And the only way to the light is through Jesus. Um, that's what I believe as a Christian. So it's like, do I want to live in the darkness of my life and my sin, or do I want to live for Jesus? Now, in order to be right with God and to be righteous, of course, Jesus, God, he's going to help me to live a certain way and do certain things and stay away from certain things, and to purify me from my sin. And, of course, reading his word and growing closer to him and praying and confessing and fasting and things like that will help me to like stay focused and to get away from my sinful nature, because we all have sinful nature. Naturally, we are unclean and unholy. But of course, Jesus will help us to heal from those things. Luke 12:35. Hope you find yourself ready, holding the lamp like an alkalight. Well, let's read it. Luke 12:35. It says, "Be dressed for service and keep your lamps burning, as though you were waiting for the master to return from the wedding feast. Then you will be ready to open the door and let him in the moment he arrives and knocks." So basically, it's saying, um, just basically being ready with your lamps burning. There's another parable in the Bible that talks about people not having their lamps ready, and they wanted to get lamps from other people and get the fuel to burn their lamps, but there was only enough fuel for each person to burn their own lamp. So it's like, I didn't have enough to give this person to burn their lamp. And what ended up happening is the people who didn't have the lamp, their lamps ready, then they weren't able to come in. So basically, this is basically saying be ready when God knocks on the door. Have your lamp, have your oil, have your lamps ready, ready to go. So yeah, that's basically it. Breaking down the dash, lyrical spiritual breakdown. Like and subscribe.